Can you just start with what you and Cam said when you came together at 40 for 5 there, and that 230 seeming a long way off?
Not much. No, not much had to be said, really. I guess we knew what was happening. We knew we were in a bit of trouble, but we also knew there was lots of time left in the game. So, we enjoy batting together. We work really well. He scores pretty freely at the other end, and we just bounce off each other nicely. So, to be honest, not a lot had to be said. I think it was just, bat and see how we get.
From a personal point of view, did that innings you played at Old Trafford against England, I know it was a bigger target, but similar situation, did that come into your mind at all, knowing you've done this sort of thing before?
Yeah, in a way, you're never out of an ODI, and that day it was Maxwell going bananas at the other end, and this one was a bit more, slower tempoed. Yeah, my job was to bounce off Greenie and Greenie myself, so it was great to see him. We know how good he is, but taking this format to another step, and he'll recover up nicely and go again on Thursday.
Were you surprised they didn't bowl Bolt at you and Greenie at that point, considering where you
for another over or two? Potentially. I guess it's always a juggling act, isn't it? You've got some pretty good stocks in your lineup. Obviously, Bolt was doing some damage with that new ball. You could have thrown him, in hindsight, you could have thrown him the ball again. But also, it was a little bit, I don't want to say tacky, but maybe with the spin, set is pretty good, pretty accurate, and can get some bite out of it with that new ball or skid on. So, not overly surprised. Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess, if it comes off, great. If it doesn't, then why'd you bowl another one?
Just for you batting today, you batted a bit further down the order. Do you prefer that? We saw you bat higher up the order against Zimbabwe, and here today you had a great knock.
Probably felt like I was in the top 4 today. I'm really flexible in my mindset around wherever I come in. Marnus is a pretty good player at number 4. Smudge is pretty good at 3. They're 2 world-class test batters, and I guess you just hope they get through that swinging ball early, and sometimes you do and sometimes you don't. So for, I think, team balance, it worked really well. I was able to come in then through the middle and left-hand, right-hand. I think I walked out when Davey got out, so lefty for lefty. So it's going to be, a little bit of a juggling act over the next little period to find out what our best lineup is. But to have Green come in, well, you saw today, he can come in any time, so that's a great little feather on his cap again. So, and we held back Maxi. It's good depth, and obviously Mitch Marsh is out with injury, so there's some good depth there.
How much did conditions change between the innings? It seemed to do considerably more when Trent had it in hand at your top order.
Yeah, he's a pretty good swing bowler though, and we know that Henry probably hits the seam a bit more than swing. Stark and Hoff swung it a little bit. Wasn't as windy late in the day, so that could play a factor. The lights come on, but we know he's a world-class swing bowler, and he showed that tonight. So, the challenge is for us batters to get through that. But I don't think condition changed a little bit. I think once we got in and spent some time out in the middle and the lights come on, it probably quickened up a little bit. So, but still hard to start. We lost 3 wickets after I got out as well. So, I'm relieved.
And what's Greenie like to bat with? Like, he's quite softly spoken.
Yep.
Off the field. What's he like out there?
Yeah, same. Yep, he's a really calm character. Bat and ball in the field. Just goes about his business and really, I think he's really focused. Not much, comes in and he stays really clear and he executes regularly. So, and I'm the same. I don't think you have to say too much. You sort of, you know what you have to do, and he does it in a way that's, I think we'll see him do it for a long time.
Just one more on the balance, if I can quickly. We saw with the ball, Glenn having a big role to play today. Just how how useful and how important has almost his development of his off spin been the last couple of years? He's become a bit more confident in himself. How many other options does that then give you when you're trying to balance the team?
Yeah, it's obviously great to have that extra spin option and a guy he's pretty confident in it, but to have a result like that today, there was a lot of lefties in their lineup as well, so probably match-up suited. And there was a little bit in the wicket for him, but to be able to throw him the ball in the power play through the middle, even the back end, it's a great tool to have. And obviously we went one spinner today in Zampa and Agar missed, but to have Maxi, as you mentioned, come in and do a role, I think he's done it in the T20s now for a long time in that lineup. So not looking too far ahead, but obviously India's the next World Cup. If he's bowling the way he is, then it's a nice way to have those all-rounders come through with Spin and Stoyne and Marsh, Green. You can get some pretty good batting depth through them.
It's going to be there's not going to be many positions available at that World Cup. It seems now with Green's emergence and Paddy waiting in the wings. How do you balance that side out, do you think?
Yeah, that's 12 months away too, and we know cricket changes pretty quick. So I think it's great just to have some opportunities for guys to come in and play. Green was scheduled at 8, but he can easily bowl with the new ball or bat in the top 4. Mitch Marsh misses with injuries, so someone else gets an opportunity. Obviously, there's lots of cricket coming through the summer, so Pat Cummins isn't here, so there's another pretty good bowling option. The depth is good, and yeah, we know in cricket things happen and injuries can happen, so yeah, it's great to have guys bashing down that door.
Yeah, just the deck looked a little bit sort of holding or soft. It looked like it was hard to sort of, particularly sort of early in your guys' innings as well. Was it just nibbling a bit and holding a bit?
Probably just on the slower side, and I reckon the surroundings as well. There's a wicket to this side. There's no wicket on this side, if that makes sense. So if you hit the ball, it's going to dig into the outfield a bit more, so it doesn't quite skid off that hard other wickets. But yeah, it was probably on that slower side, but I reckon it quickened up a little bit throughout that innings. There's another game in 2 days' time, so expect it to be a little bit harder. But yeah, I don't think it was the seam movement with the ball that got us into trouble. There was a bit of swing there, so we'll look to try to get through that.